I think we're live. Yep, everything's good. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with another live stream. We are live on this beautiful Thursday evening. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Hope everyone's tuning in. I hope everyone's having a great day. And, yeah. So, today we're going to be doing another live stream. This is the, fifth straight day of me streaming? Yeah, I think this is becoming a regular thing. And we got our first super chat by that political guy for 5, Stapleton and Kennedy 2024. I am now worshipping both gods. Man, these super chats are usually pretty good. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate all the support. Where's Kentucky? Yeah, where is it? I should probably... There. Is that better? That's better. So, I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day. Now, before we continue with today's live stream, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It's a great Twitter account I recommend everyone follows. Of course, follow the Rumble page, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as to help support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, okay, I'm sorry with Missouri, alright? I had to make this map by hand, and I forgot the, Missouri and Kentucky. I don't know why I did. But, yeah, we're going to be doing a live discussion of the 23/24 governor elections. Missouri has sunk into the ocean. So, yeah, there's 14 states. And again, like usual, if you want your question for sure answered, I hope I hope everybody does, ask questions and stuff. If you for sure want your answered question, you should probably send a super chat. That's the best way to get your question answered. Again, all of the support is greatly appreciated. And, yeah. So let's get into it. You should add Virginia, New Jersey. That's a bit too far away. How could you forget Missouri? I'm sorry. Thoughts of running for office? No. Not for a while. So, yeah, we're going to start with this. Gosh, I forgot about Missouri, and now the Missouri people want me dead. Do you think any legitimately conservative Democrats still exist, like Governor Bob Casey? Bell Edwards is kind of there. He is pro-life. That's about it. But, yeah, so, like usual, we've switched to probabilities for these predictions. That's the new way of doing things. So, for example, just because it's tilt or it's safe doesn't mean it's, the Republican's going to win by 30 points. That doesn't mean safe. Safe means there's over a 90% chance that race will go that way. Big fan of you, Real American. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the encouragement. I do appreciate all the support. So, conservative Democrat voters still exist. I know, but yeah, there's such a small percent of the electorate, it doesn't really matter, if we're being honest. So yeah, I think we should start with the, let's go West Coast to East Coast. Let's start with Washington. Now, I believe, yeah, so the clown in Washington, that is Jay Inslee, he is term limited, I believe, right? No, he's retiring, excuse me. But, yeah, he is retiring, and last time he got around 57% of the vote. It's not going to be anything but safe. Let's be 100% real. It's safe Democrat. Now, if Tiffany Smiley could have actually gotten within 5, I still kick myself in the groin for that prediction, but either way, I still think that it's going to be safe. That's the best way to look at it. Will you finally admit the environment in 24 won't be Biden +5 with the new mark? I never said it was going to be Biden +5. I said Biden +2 right now. But yeah, the new Marquette poll is interesting. So if you don't know, Marquette Law, which is based in Wisconsin, they're usually okay in Wisconsin, but they have a Trump +5 national poll. And if it's Trump +5 nationally, we're talking about a freaking red tsunami. That's the Best way to look at it. So if it's Trump plus 5, that would be very interesting. But it's still very early. But it is looking more and more likely we will have possibly the Biden Democrats do not win the popular vote. And that would be funny because don't they have that interstate compact thing? It doesn't go into effect yet, but that'd be just funny if we win the popular vote and suddenly, oh, we can't do it. We have to keep it by state. It's just pure hypocrisy with some of these people. That's probably what's going to happen. Trump or whoever is going to win the popular vote. It's not 100%. Just the polls are starting to indicate that's possible. If it does happen, you will suddenly see people support the Electoral College again. But, yeah. Let's see. Tiffany Smiley's marginal loss was shocking, really. Yeah, but I heard afterwards what happened, and let's just say it was a big scam by McConnell's people. And that's what I will say. But it was one big fat scam. Chances of Arizona recall, it's possible, especially the cartel stuff, but it doesn't look like it. It does not, at least not right now. I think it's possible, but, I don't see anybody starting any recalls yet. Trump 530 electoral votes in 24 due to winning popular vote. That would be freaking golden if that happens, but, yeah. Did you see the California Senate poll on RCP that has Republican leading in California? Yeah, I saw that. So, the chaos strategy is still possible, but we need a second Republican like Brian Daley or that Chen guy. All right, let's get back to the predictions. So, Utah, primary out this bozo, Spencer Cox. Again, funny last name. But get rid of him, please. The fact that we have this guy in a safe Republican state, it's still safe Republican. The fact this guy is a governor in Utah is freaking pathetic. It's sad. Now, hopefully we get a primary challenger. I haven't heard anything yet. Does anybody have any word on that? On a primary challenger? Because I haven't heard much yet. Ben Sinnix for 2. Would be hilarious if 2 Republicans make it in Washington. Yeah, but it's unlikely. I do hope that in California, we do get the top 2 Republicans, because they would immediately abolish the system. The second that happens, the system would disappear. So, yeah. Romney needs to be primaried out. Yeah, didn't he get a primary challenger? Yeah, he did. And he seems okay. But, yeah, Utah safe Republican. Just hopefully we primary him. I mean, Spencer Cox, you have pronouns as a Republican. Aren't Mormons supposed to be, like, super religious and conservative? Where did that go? Yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun that the super conservative state elects Spencer Cox. Again, funny last name, but still. So Utah is safe Republican. I don't think anybody's going to dispute that just yet. Need Romney out if you want to pass any good bills. There's a good chance. There is a good chance. He's not liked by the Utah GOP. But there's a chance he probably wins. So, Romney should primary Spencer Cox. Oh, gosh. I don't know who I would vote for in that primary. Romney or Cox? I don't know. I really don't know who I would vote for. Shafez, is he retired? I thought he said he wasn't going to run again. Mormons is a group that shifted Democrat during 2016. I know, but it's like, what happened in the Bush era when they voted like 90% Republican? It's hypocrisy with some of these people. But yeah, Utah is safe Republican. I don't think I got to say much. Montana safe Republican. Greg Gianforte, one of the most underrated governors in the country. He's going to win re-election easily. But yeah, he's going to win. I don't care what people say about, oh, it's Montana. There's John Tester on the ballot. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Just because John Tester's on the ballot doesn't mean Gianforte's suddenly going to lose. He's going to win. Honestly, Cox is the reason why runoff elections and primaries are good. Yeah, didn't he get like 30% in the advance? I wish Gowdy and Chavez stayed and ran for Senate. Oh, Gowdy's awful. He sucks. No. I don't trust Gianforte completely because he has... I know his son, I think, is gay, I believe, but he still has been very good. Mormons not liking Trump contributed to making Arizona Democratic. Yeah, I don't get that. I never understood some of these voters. Like, is it just like a religious thing? They just hate Trump because they're Mormon? I don't get it. I really do not get the reasoning why they don't like Trump. Can somebody explain that to me? I've always wondered that. That's like the one group that's been shafting us in recent years. Can Delaware be competitive? We'll get to Delaware. I have my opinions on that, but... So yeah, Montana's safe Republican. North Dakota, I'm not even messing around with. Though, with Burgum potentially running for president, that's sounding very likely. Which, I don't know why. But, apparently, we may get a serious, challenger. Who would be a good replacement for Burgum? Because I don't know North Dakota politics that well. I'm just being honest. I don't know the last time we did election night for North Dakota. I don't know. But it is to be determined, but it should be Republican either way. Even if most Mormons are Republican, if some shift Democratic, they make Republicans lose Arizona. That's a problem. Like, didn't they vote like 99% Romney, but then like 70% Trump? Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Some iron worker in Fargo, North Dakota. That's probably going to happen for the Democrat side. I wouldn't be shocked. But yeah, North Dakota, I think, is definitely safe Republican. Trust me, everybody, it's going to be blue. Let's see. Not sure about North Dakota governor. Not Hooven, because we need him in the Senate. Well, he's not even that good. So, yeah. Missouri, nothing to be said here. And, yeah, the clown is term limited. And I wonder who we're going to have in Missouri running. Yeah, Jay Ashcroft, I know he's running. Who's the best of these two? Because I really have not looked enough in this race. Ashcroft or Keogh? I keep getting hit with ads on streams. It sucks. Yeah, that's YouTube. YouTube is a freaking clown show when it comes to ads. And I have ads on my videos. I'm not denying otherwise, but they just like spam it half the time. But yeah, so who's better on this? Ashcroft or Keogh? Because I don't know. I have to look more into it. Billy Long from Missouri. Is he going to run? What do you make of the debt default issue? So, apparently, speaking of that, we do got some breaking news out of Capitol Hill. Kevin McCarthy says there's no deal on the debt yet. So, he met with Biden, apparently, and nothing's been met with. Wow. So, it sounds like that, in fact, yeah, McCarthy's actually holding up his end of the bargain. Okay, this should be fascinating. What? Somebody's going to have to break. It has to be Biden. You can't be a sitting president and suddenly say, oh, we're going to just let the country default. It's like, nobody's going to blame, some will, but the majority of people are going to blame the president. And Wagner for governor. But yeah, what does everybody have to think about the debt stuff? Because it sounds like we actually have a serious opportunity to actually go to default. Default will be a net positive. Billionaires would lose their stocks, and the welfare queens, their Gibbs hope there is a default. I don't know about it. I don't want it to happen because there will people that will suffer. Let's be real here. But if Biden's not negotiating, which just sounds like what's happening, yeah, it's not good. So if they don't get it done the next couple of days, there will be no deal. Yeah, it's June 1st, right? That's the day of reckoning, isn't it? June 1st. That's a Thursday. So it'd probably take 3 to 4 days to actually get stuff through. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder. Because it has to be June 1st, right? I thought that's like the magical day where if it's like nothing happens, we like default. For all of his weaknesses on Ukraine, McCarthy does deserve praise for holding on this. Already better than Paul Ryan. Yeah, Paul Ryan would have bent like freaking cardboard. He is still a disgrace against Wisconsin. That's what I will say. June 1st, yeah. That's what I was saying. And all the polling. I mean, this isn't like Obama's administration where people are blaming Republicans. No. I mean, people are blaming Biden for this. They're flat out blaming Biden. Like 60% of Americans want spending cuts if there's a debt limit increase. It's like not looking good for Democrats optically. Watch them change the dates. Yeah, it's gonna be like May 30th. It's like, oh, actually, we're moving it to July 1st. June 1st is a default day according to Treasury. It takes up to 10 days to pass a budget through Congress. Yeah, but they would probably just rush it through. What would probably happen is they would get everybody in Congress quickly, like the day before, and just like stimulus stuff, they would rush it through. That's what would happen, probably. Because it is, like, kind of an issue. But if we actually default, though, McCarthy, he ain't pissing around. Youngkin should run. That would be a waste. You mean shouldn't run? To be determined. All right, back to the prediction. Louisiana, our first 2023 race. Not even... Without Bell Edwards, they're gone. The Democrats aren't winning that. There's no way. No way the Democrats would be winning the state of Louisiana without Edwards. Is there anybody like Edwards left in the Democrat Party in Louisiana? Do you see a default being a long or short-term issue? Both. Short-term because they're going to look like optically like idiots if they let it default. Long-term, it may crash the economy. So, not going to look good for 24. Dems will win the popular vote by 7. Yeah, that ain't happening. Especially not now. Why are you so against Youngkin running? He'll be a perfect VP choice and loses nothing but by running. I would be fine with him being a VP. I just think running for president's kind of a waste. It's a waste of money. Why did Bill Edwards win? Because he's somewhat conservative. That's why. That's the only reason. And now we get to the state of Mississippi, the first major of the big three, one of the three semi-competitive states. And the reason this is competitive is you do got Presley running, Brandon Presley, in Mississippi. He is a fairly well-liked Democrat, fairly conservative on some issues. As of now, though, I think it is likely that Republicans hold on, though. Some of the polling, which again, it is very early, it is polling, not looking too good for him, for Presley at all. And there is a question mark about, this is Mississippi. It's not very flexible as a state, like somebody was mentioning. This isn't, freaking Montana where it swings 50 points one election. It's not. Sean Jaramillo for 1. Thank you so much for the sticker, I think that's called. Thank you so much for the $1 super chat. But yeah, Presley I don't think is doing too good. But there is a chance he could win. That's why it's likely. I'm a Presley stan. Yeah, I'm fine with him, just, I don't see him winning. Presley's 45. He's 45?! He looks way older than that. I don't believe you that he's 45. That doesn't seem right. Sean Jaramillo for another $1. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much, good sir. All the support is greatly appreciated. Democrats are really dumb. They should have just accepted the GOP bill. And when the Biden recession happened, blame on the cuts. Yeah, but they're screwed now. Presley's overrated. I'm starting to think that, but Google it. I don't believe you. Brandon Presley. Oh my gosh, he is 45. What? How? And he endorsed George W. Bush in 2004? Okay. I'm shocked. I'm actually stunned by that. I see some Republicans voting for Presley, but Mississippi's too inflexible. Yeah, Reeves won by like 5. He may do a point worse, but... Do a Clark Kent Superman versus Bruce Wayne Batman presidential prediction. Superman wins. Clark Kent wins easily. Bruce Wayne's a billionaire, but I don't think a lot of people would like him. Duster Carter for 2. If Reeves brings back the battle flag, he wins by 10. Yeah, I agree. If he does bring it back, he would easily. But Presley is saying some dumb stuff, apparently. There's no way he's 45. That's what I thought. He just does not look 45. I can't go with the fact that he endorsed George Bush. That's a random endorsement. Especially 2004. Very interesting. Let's see. He voted for Hillary Clinton of all people in 2016 over Trump. Yeah, that's not going to go too well. Isn't Mississippi usually relatively close? At a governor's level, yeah. Or closer as in it's not like R plus 15. It's like R plus 5. But it's inelastic. It's not going to swing that much Democrat. Which ticket wins? David Duke / George Santos, Louis Farrakhan, or Kamala Harris? Neither. Third party wins. The dude is second cousin Elvis. I know that. He looks like him, kind of, but not really. I don't know. It's a hard way to describe it, but I know he is cousins with Elvis. Trump wins Mississippi by 17. I don't think it's as much as that. Sean Parnell needs a comeback. Not for a while. I don't think he will. All right, back to the prediction. Indiana. Let's see. I think Indiana, you got the clown. Term limited. Eric Holcomb, thank goodness this guy is gone. Now, Mike Braun is obviously our guy. He's uber good on some social issues. The best of anybody in this race. I think he will be a solid enough governor. Ever since he wanted Tucker Carlson. Again, anytime somebody went on Tucker Carlson, they suddenly became good on the issues. He already kind of was, but Carlson really fixed him. That's the best way to look at it. So I think he will be the next governor. Seems like it, at least. And it could change, but either way, it's probably going to be safe Republican as of now. You support Brandon Presley? No, I don't. Honestly, I can care less. That's one of those races where it's like, who knows? But, Indiana, safe Republican. West Virginia. I do know it is going to be a very competitive race. Patrick Morsley, he's been the main Republican. Capitio is running? Is that a son of... I'm pretty sure this is the son of... he's a son of Senator Capitio in West Virginia. So, either way, it's probably going to be Morrissey again. I think he will be red. Brandon's actually Elvis. He faked his death. He would have to be like 80 at this point. But the dates do line up. I'm joking, but... Yeah, so as of now, we got West Virginia done. Delaware, now, I think it's going to be closer than people expect. Delaware, it was shifting Republican before Biden. It was shifting before Biden. People forget that. Trump only lost by like 12 or something crazy like that. He did very good in the state considering. And Republicans did solid enough in 2022. It's going to be closer than expected. But it's still going to be safe Democrat. That's what I will say about Delaware. I wish Tucker would run for New York governor when he gets the next chance. He doesn't even live in New York. He lives in Florida. West Virginia State Auditor, Attorney General, and Secretary of State running. Yeah, so that's going to be a shit show, but I love the fact that there's going to be a Green Party candidate, but I don't see any Democrats in West Virginia. That'd be freaking hilarious. What if Boudin runs for Delaware governor? Maybe safe. I don't know. It's going to be safe either way. Now, as for the Northeast, oh gosh, Vermont, I hate Phil Scott. I hate him. Just switch parties already, dude. I mean, come on. There's nothing conservative about you. You're to the left of some Democrats. I mean, what is conservative about Phil Scott? I don't even think he's conservative on tax cuts. He may be, but I don't know what he's conservative on. Either way, it's safe Republicans on Phil Scott. Now, Chris Sununu, it's going to be safe Republican, but it's going to be significantly closer than it was. It's going to be significantly closer than, like, 2020, I should say. I mean, he only got 57% in 2022, which isn't good for his history. Now, I know that you could say Bolduc and he ran against a better candidate, but Sununu is going to struggle a bit more than, like, 2020. He's still going to win easily, but there is the opportunity he doesn't even run. He may not even run for governor again. And this is what pisses me off about Sununu. He probably knew this 3 years ago. He was going to run for president in 2024. So my question is this, or he was going to retire after 22. So let me get this straight. You had an easy Senate seat in 22. That was yours. You would have crushed that bozo. Think about that. He would have won easily. Instead, you know what happened? He didn't run. Which I still don't get. And he screwed us over in redistricting, trying to be fair and try to get his buddy over in the other district who would even make it past the primary. And not only that, he's either going to retire or run for president in 2024. What are you doing? And I'm only having it safe Republican because there's still a likely chance he runs for re-election. But if he runs for president, after not running in 22 for that Senate seat, after claiming, I don't want to go to Washington, D.C., there will be a rant on this channel. The second that happens, there will be a nuclear explosion on this channel. I don't get it. He used to be a solid governor of a slightly blue state. He blew it. Do you think Sununu would have had a better record in the Senate? I don't freaking know what to believe anymore. He used to be good in 2020. Even 2021, he was decent. But ever since then, the first red flag was redistricting, when he completely shafted us in that. And he went from one of the most beloved Republicans in the party to one of the most hated. Remember 2020? Virtually everybody was a stan of Sununu because, yes, he was from New Hampshire. There were some issues he wasn't the best on. He still represented his state perfectly, and he had great optics. It's not good. It's not good. Duster Carter for 2. What Republican trifectas do you think will happen in 2024? I can't think of any. Well, probably North Carolina. We'll get to that. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. He did that for his friend New Hampshire second. I know, that was stupid. It's like, yes, we gotta make New Hampshire second slightly more competitive. Rap every 5 seconds. There will be a rant on this channel. Well, most of the time when I say that, it doesn't happen. But if Sununu does run for president, you will hear it from me. Sununu is realizing his state is shifting blue. Well, not even that. He's just been crap. Let's see. Where's Arizona? You know, just in case the Arizona Supreme Court. The Arizona Supreme Court's not going to do anything. Let's just be honest. They won't, even though they probably should. They won't. They're gonna screw us over again. So I've given up on Arizona right now. Hopefully we get a recall, but any info on Wisconsin redistricting? Yeah, so apparently, what I'm hearing at least is they're not going to go as hard as we thought. They're going to make, like, Wisconsin third more Democrat. They're going to make it more 50-50. And maybe Steele's district, like, maybe slightly blue. That's the only difference. It's not going to be as bad as we thought. And same thing with the state legislator, because, yeah, apparently they got some deals behind the scenes. Which, that's one useful thing about Voss. If nothing major changes, it's because of Speaker Voss, even though I hate him. Or I shouldn't say hate him. I'm not the biggest fan of him. If nothing changes, it's probably he made a deal with somebody. GOP doesn't seem to have a bench in Nevada. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be definitely a problem for Republicans in Nevada. I mean, it's not the best bench. Now let's go to other states. Joe Lombardo's going to be primary by Daniel in 2026. Oh, gosh. I'm not getting into that. At least we still have the legislator. Yeah, they can't change much. Because Wisconsin does have strict laws about that. Like, you can't, like, cross county lines. They're very strict on it. The Constitution says that, so. Trump needs to get Mark Emony to run for Senate. He wins easily in Nevada. Have you seen Joe Lombardo? Approval rating is very popular. Yeah, isn't he winning re-election by like 30 points? If he becomes the second Brian Sandoval, I'm going to laugh. That's what it looks like's happening. That he's becoming very popular for everybody. Let's see. Joe Lombardo can't do shit. The legislator is Democrat. Yeah, but he's still holding back the crap that's being pushed. The poll today had Lombardo up by 21. Jeez. Holy crap. Okay. If he wins by 20, do it. Run for the Senate seat in 2028. Do it. Because Lombardo so far has been a solid governor of the state. Way better than I thought. And I supported him originally. Well, kind of. Let's see. Sununu would have been worse than Rudman. I swear half the Republican senators of New Hampshire are pretty good. Other half god-awful. Yeah, I mean, he had his older brother, John Sununu, right? It was his older brother. He was a good senator, I believe. Is there anything we can do about Nevada's legislator? Only thing you gotta do is keep picking away. You gotta find a way to narrow the margins of Clark even more. Or somehow flip it. It just, yes, there is some gerrymandering. It's some. But it's more of a geography problem. It's the Republicans' version of Wisconsin. Can Lombardo make Clark and Reno red? I think Clark was shifting red. Reno, not so much. Not so much. Dustin Carter for 2. If Trump wins Nevada, do Republicans flip state legislator? I don't think so. It's just the geography's awful in the state. All right. Longhorn politics for 2. Do you think Chad Zeldin runs again in 2026? I think he does. But he's more focused on building a machine in New York and hopefully federally. It seems like it's working. I swear, if we win, if George Santos wins re-election, 1, praise Zeldin for life. 2, the electability argument is a pile of dog shit in most arguments. If George Santos actually holds on because of that, I would laugh. Please, we need Santos to cook something up. New poll has Trump +7 in Nevada. I saw that, but I'm waiting to see. I think Republicans do flip it at the presidential level in 24, but I don't think it'd be Trump +7. If Trump +7, do we win any statewide New York office? You talking about Nevada? Probably. Lombardo stopped a lot of gun control from being passed. Yeah, he's doing more just stopping everything. So, that's good. Do you think John Tester is done? It's going to be close. That's going to be probably the closest race of the night. I believe that Trump humbles himself, and then if he stops talking about 2020, he will win. It seems like he's starting to. Like, we've been saying that for a couple of years, but he says every now and again he does, but it's not as bad as before. We have Fetterman in the Senate. There is no electability argument. It depends on the circumstance. Like, again, the fact that Fetterman's in the Senate, I can't get over that. When you had Oz, who would have potentially revolutionized the healthcare system, we're not going to vote for him. It's like, bro. What flips do you predict for us in the general election right now, based off of info as of now, as of May of 2023? I think Nevada's flipping. That's my most confident for the Republicans. I think Wisconsin's close. I think I think it's leaning towards a flip. Georgia, I think's up there. I think Georgia's looking decent for us, surprisingly. Do Republicans flip Virginia legislator? That one's tough. Because we got the state house, we got to get the state senate. And don't the maps come into effect now? And aren't they more Democrat? Now, if we do in fact flip the state senate and we get a bigger majority, Youngkin should seriously be considered for VP. That's my opinion. If he wins, if he single-handedly flip Virginia Republican, make him the VP. Do it. I feel bad for Oz. I kind of do too. That whole situation was stupid. If Kemp is any good, Georgia's possible. Well, he's been doing decent recently, so there's hope. Can the Loudoun County incident hurt Democrats? You thought it was bad beforehand? You thought, kids being sexually assaulted by a transgender person in their bathroom was bad enough? Well, apparently, the school, this is what I heard at least, I could be off, but apparently the school board or people involved with the school board had a hit list of parents where we're going to go target every single parent that questions us. If you want to see parents suddenly flip on the party, that's how you do it. I hope that Loudoun County flips in 22 or 23 just because of that. Be a big, fat FU. It's not going to, but if we can narrow the margin, it's possible. Can we hold the Virginia governor race in 2025? To be determined. But, apparently they had a hit list of parents now. Like, where they're going to harass them. Let me bring them. Actually, hold on. I can. Loudoun County hit list for parents. Yeah, so there was a hit list. What's worse? That's worse than I thought. At least Republicans could do something to help the state. Yeah, let me bring this up. Apparently, it was like a bunch of parents got... I gotta find it. And this happened... Yeah. Right here. Let me just turn this off for a second, because this is freaking crazy. Yeah, right here. Okay. Loudoun Love Warriors Facebook group threatened violence against parents who spoke at school board meetings. Members of the Loudoun County Facebook group, which included staffers from several local government offices, doxed and threatened violence and retaliation against several concerned parents who spoke out at school board meetings, according to documents obtained by the local ABC affiliate. This is real! This is people in the government creating essentially a hit list of parents for questioning them. This isn't even a parody. This is real. This is a real thing that's happening in Northern Virginia right now. May 17th, 2023. What? If this doesn't flip the parents, nothing will. DJ Aftershock for 5. To be honest, Youngkin most likely won white men/women based on precincts. Problem is that 40-50% of the county's Asians are South Asian, especially Indian. Yeah, but you could just narrow the margin. You can. if somebody with Hun Kel, I think he will do better with those voters. So, but yeah, they have a freaking hit list. I thought this was a parody. This is something straight out of South Park. Can we be real? I wouldn't be shocked if 10 years ago South Park had an episode related to this. The group targeted at least 3 Loudoun County residents who have spoken during public comment periods at school board meetings over the past 2 years to push for parental rights in education, academic rigor, and special education improvements in school safety. I'm stunned. I cannot believe that this is even remotely real. This is 100% real. So, yeah, it's awful what's happening in Northern Virginia. It's the truth. And I hope parents do revolt against the Democrats. I mean, this is such a freebie for Republicans. They keep blowing it. But if they hammer the fact they have hit lists created for parents, if that doesn't convince them, I don't care if you have frickin' Phil Scott on the ticket. You aren't winning an election again. If this happens and Republicans run on it and Democrats voters still vote Democrat, or parents, I should say. Trump needs to do a rally. The rhinos are trying to primary Edward Durr. Are they trying to take out my man Durr? Are you serious right now? If they primary out Ed Durr, oh gosh. Come on, the dude had like $50 and he won. Let's see, parents didn't vote Democrat. In Northern Virginia, they probably did. And I understand, it's not as Democrat, but still, they did vote Democrat. Did you see Democrats return to Mitch McConnell with the debt ceiling? Yeah, but it may be too late. It's probably DOA for the funding stuff, because it does take a couple days. Now, again, if this is an emergency, they'll get everybody back in Congress immediately, but it doesn't sound like anything's going to pass the House. They're holding the line. Yeah, if Ed Durr gets primaried out, I'm going to be sad, because he was the man in 2021. The guy that beat one of the most powerful people in New Jersey politics. I still can't get over that. I mean, I didn't hear anything about it till the stream ended, and I looked at my news. Breaking news. Senate President of New Jersey taken out electorally. But yeah, now let's get to the 2 states everybody's here for, Kentucky and North Carolina. Wholesome DG aftershock for 2. Virginia GOP needs to prop Lee Carter for the Dem primary. Lee Carter? Who? Who's Lee Carter? Is this somebody in... This sounds familiar. Why does this sound... Why? I don't know why this sounds familiar, but we gotta see. Just gotta see. If you can give me details on who this is, I'll probably remember. Also, could Santorum win the Pennsylvania Senate race? Oh, hell no. Against Casey? How did that go last time? Let's see. Life these days has become difficult financially speaking, so both parents have to work and don't have time for kids, and here where the schools come in to brainwash the kids. This is the one thing that was good about the lockdowns. And again, it's not good. It's not good what happened. Well, yeah, it's not good. But this is the only quote-unquote benefit that came from this. The fact is, many parents realize what was being taught in the schools. Beforehand, nobody freaking knew because it was a secret. Well, when parents realized they were getting taught pornography, well, not good. Not good. Riley, the mini Deutschen for 5. Article I read said New Jersey, Texas Republicans since 2020 are 60% Republican. Do you believe this is true, and is Texas safe if that's the case? I believe it's more Republican than usual. I want to see that article, I wonder. I gotta find that. But if that's anywhere true, Texas is gone for Democrats. It is probably gone for Democrats if that's the case. And I do believe it's probably more Republican because you have been seeing more people move out of Texas to Colorado. Those are Democrats. But there's been more and more people moving to Texas, and they seem more conservative. So we just got to see. Longhorn politics for 2. 2024 prediction if there's a 2008 style recession. I may do that video. May. Duster Carter for 2. Are you a gun owner or do you hunt or fish? Yeah, I do hunt and fish. It's been a while since I hunted, but yeah, I do. Do I fish? I like to. I like to do it, like, not seriously, but every now and again I just do it for fun. Lee Carter's a Bernie bro. Oh, him? Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Come on, Democrats. Give me Lee Carter as chair of the Democrat Party. Do it. That would be funny if they actually do it, but they probably won't. Already know Texas transplants are more Republican. Them urban professionals you got to worry about. Well, the first part, it's been iffy, but we're now learning they are Republican. The second part, that's true. Imagine what happens if California becomes competitive again. Not happening. Too many people are leaving, and they're all, like, Republican. What if the other half got snapped in Infinity War? I mean, with Doctor Strange alive, they probably, like, go take out Thanos right away. I don't know. DJ Aftershock for 2. Lee Carter's a Bernie bro, former Dell and DSA member. Well, come on, Democrats. Make him in charge of the Democrat Party Virginia. Do it. It totally didn't backfire. Edward Durr is a legend. We can't let the Rhinos win. Hashtag save Durr. Yeah, if they prime out Edward Durr, they're freaking morons. Let's see. Liberal Californians that moved to Texas in the 2010s are leaving Texas for Colorado. That's what's happening. And I'm going to make a video on this. That, hey, this Blexus stuff, and many Democrats are starting to realize this is looking less and less likely. They're just moving to Colorado now. So that's why it's going to probably be D plus 30 by 2026, if we're being real. November. Oh gosh, don't start that again. Colorado's a lost cause that has gained the left of New Mexico. We knew this for a while, but the shift has just been nuts. Alright, let's get into it. Kentucky. So Andy Beshear won his primary by quite a lot. You know, he got over 90% of the vote. He's looking very strong, has a lot of money on hand, and it wasn't a shocker. Now, the Republican side, Daniel Cameron seems stronger than we thought. I always thought he was a solid Republican. I always thought he was a solid candidate, I should say. But, because, well, historically, he had a good electoral resume. 2019, he did pretty good. He did pretty good in 2019. He had like 58% of the vote when Beshear won by 2. Well, he shocked everybody. He got over 48% of the vote. 48. Which, whoops, I don't know what I clicked, but yeah, he had over 48% of the vote. Which stunned everybody, including myself. I thought he was going to probably 40%. Most polls had him in the mid-30s. And, well, Kelly Cratchit was going to take second. The establishment candidate took third with 17%. And, in my humble opinion, Daniel Cameron should pick Cuellar as his lieutenant governor. It would unite the party easier, and it would get the GOP quote-unquote establishment on his side, even though it was more like Kelly Craft was the establishment candidate. Cuellar had the support of a lot of the institutions in the state legislature. But I think Daniel Cameron should pick him as his lieutenant governor. He has till August to choose, but I think he will. Now, the problem for Cameron is this is Andy Beshear. And I got a quick super chat. Duster Carter for 2. Did weed cause Colorado go from center right to blue? Yeah. Now, they went extreme with it. I don't think any states ever, well, they're going to. Some states will, like California, but, they already are, but, you know, they went right from weed to, like, fucking hardcore drugs right away. So, yeah, that's my point with weed. Again, I'm fine with it for medical reasons, but not for anything else, really. 2028 map. I'm not doing a 2028 map already. Oh, gosh, no. I may do a primary prediction. I don't know. But, yeah. So, Andy Beshear is a strong Democrat. I think he's overrated, though. I don't think he is, this unstoppable behemoth. Yes, he has his father's last name. That is true. And he's fairly well liked. The problem? The only polling we've gotten so far has Beshear below 50%. And it doesn't appear there is a third-party candidate. And on top of that, a recent poll by Coefficient, which they're more accurate than most for internal pollsters. They have Beshear within the margin of error with a lot of undecideds. And the undecideds, they're virtually all Republicans. And even the Mason-Dixon one, it was all undecideds. I think Republicans have a good opportunity to potentially beat Andy Beshear. If Trump does a couple of rallies for him, I think it's very possible. With that being said, however, and I got a quick super chat, so I got to read this first. Ben Sinnix for 5. Cameron needs to do well in coal country. I was going to get to that, but there are a lot of ancestral Democrats there. If he does well amongst them, then he should win. Yeah, so it's eastern Kentucky. That's coal country. A lot of those counties voted for Bill Clinton. They did vote for Governor Bill Clinton. Or not governor, President Bill Clinton. Then they voted for Trump. They're the definition of blue dog Dems who voted for Trump. But they still vote Democrat down ballot at times. I mean, Rand Paul did awful in this region. With that being said, however, it's going to come down really to turnout and how do the rules look. If they look pink, Beshear's going to win. If they look bright red, or I should say dark red, looks pretty good for Cameron. I still think, though, it is probably leaning Democrat right now. Just for the fact that we got off a competitive primary. Cameron is way behind in funding right now. And Beshear is well liked. But it could absolutely change. This isn't a safe Democrat seat like some say. But I think Republicans do have an opportunity to potentially win Kentucky. It will come down to the wire. Coal countries between Kentucky and West Virginia. Yeah, it's eastern Kentucky. That they voted for Bill Clinton. But yeah, I think it will be closer than expected, but I think it's leaning Democrat. Dustin Carter for 2. Kentucky as a southern state is ancestral Democrat. Yeah. I'm going to make a whole video on this. It's going to be close. And I hope that Daniel Cameron does pull it off. But I don't think all that changes is he gets to choose McConnell's replacement. That's the only thing that really changes. So, wasn't that competitive? He won by 20. Well, yeah, Cameron won by 20, and he outran everybody. But this is a governor's race, and I think it does correlate somewhat, because he is still kind of liked, but we just got to see. Hopefully Trump does some events for Attorney General Cameron. Thank you, Kraft, for wasting $8 million. Yeah, I still want to know why. Why did you spend frickin' $8 million? Just, spend maybe $1 million. But it's like, you notice these people, they promise, I'm going to self-fund. I'm going to help Republicans win when I'm the nominee. When they lose, they don't give a frickin' dime to the nominee. It's just hypocrisy with some of these Republicans. It's like Jim Lamont in Arizona. I'm going to spend $80 million to beat Mark Kelly. Well, he spent $30 million against Blake Masters and didn't spend a dime on Mark Kelly. It was a scam. Eastern Kentucky is Trump country. Yeah, but they voted for Beshear. Bill Clinton literally said, together we can make America great again. Yeah. That's the type of country we're talking about. Blue collar, coal miners. They vote Democrat down ballot a lot. Well, somewhat still. But Republican, they vote Republican for Trump. Or federally, I should say. Will he get appointed Democrat senator? No. What happens is the party that the candidate retires from, say McConnell, he's a Republican, the party chooses 3 picks, and he has to pick from one of those 3. So yeah, I think it will be leaning Democrat. Now, North Carolina. Remember when people said that, oh, the polls, or I should say the ads by Josh Stein is going to kill Mark Robinson, and he's been hitting him with a lot recently, so far at least. And oh, Josh Stein's going to win easily. He has an uncompetitive primary, and Mark Robinson has a competitive one, which, by the way, screw you, Mark Walker, for running. And Dale Fellow. Why? Mark Robinson's going to be the nominee. Look at this. Virtually every poll, he's at 60%. So why are you running? Survey USA shows we're getting 8%. We can do this. Mark Robinson's going to win this. He has the support of Ted Budd, Dan Bishop, and he's going to get the support of the GOP. Why? Why run for this? Outside of that, Mark Robinson's going to be a Republican candidate. And remember what people are saying about the electability argument? And again, I know this is early and there's a lot of undecideds left, but, and this is polling we're talking about, but look at this. Mark Robinson up by a point. Mark Robinson up by 3. Mark Robinson up by 2. It's been expanding. It's been getting wider and wider for Mark Robinson. I mean, look at this. Change Research with a Democrat pollster had Stein down by 3. Public policy polling, Democrat pollster, up by 2 for Robinson. I know there's a lot of undecideds, but it's looking damn good for Mark Robinson. So much for him being the next Mastriano when he's outrunning Mark Walker and Dale Falwell. So much for that crap. I mean, he's not going to lose the primary unless something crazy happens. And remember, Mark Robinson, he won a statewide race just in 2020. He won it by like 3 or 4. He outran a bunch of the ticket. And this is the North Carolina GOP we're talking about. They're the same party that slept with the Democrat. The Speaker of the House slept with the Democrat just to flip her to the Republicans. That's who we're talking about here. You really think they're going to allow a divided primary? Or at least, they're going to just back Mark Robinson and tell these other two to F off. Hopefully, at least. They usually are good with this. So I think this is looking pretty good for Mark Robinson. And with Trump seemingly doing good nationally, start doing the math, I'm actually inclined to believe it's tilting Republican. I think Mark Robinson, as of now, based on what we're seeing, is a slight favorite. They did that? Look it up. That's essentially what happened. Oh, it was rumored. Well, let's be real. It probably did happen. But yeah, I think it tilts Republican right now. And could it change? Absolutely. Will it change? I don't think so. And plus, Roy Cooper's blowing it. I mean, he declared a state of emergency over school choice. What? But yeah, so it's May 2023. It can change. But he's no Mark Robinson he's no Doug Mastriano as of now. And it just seems like nothing's sticking. Even the stuff about what happened in Florida in the school shooting a couple of years ago, even that's done nothing against him. So it's looking pretty good for Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. To be honest, I feel like DeSantis shared his war chest with Oz, Mastriano, Lake, Lexel, Zeldin, and, Michaels and Dixon. He would have made a much better case for his run for president. Yeah, he hoarded $80 million. They laundered like $80 million this campaign. They won't admit it, but yeah. North Carolina speaker actually slept with a Democrat. That's the rumor. That's what's rumored to be going around. It sounds real, though. Let's see. Duster Carter for 2. Thoughts on George Wallace. Would you support as president? Would I support George Wallace? Not his racial stuff. You know, people are making the argument that he did it for political reasons. That's fine. He eventually said that, you know, he did make up a lot of his stances on race just to win an election. You know, that's part of the thing for George Wallace I cannot support him on. What he said in the 60s about minorities and stuff. I can't. I'm one of those people that, I'm not a base Republican where, oh my gosh, I hate certain people. I don't. That's the one part of Wallace I'm not a big fan of. But it depends on the circumstance. Take out the racial part, I probably could. Depends on the circumstance, though. Again, take out the racial part. That's the one part that I vehemently disagree with him on. And again, he claims that it was just for political reasons and that supposedly he was, not racist beforehand. I don't know. But that's the part of him I just can't support, personally. But, yeah. Didn't Tim Scott get a crap ton of money in 2022? Yeah, that's another one. Oh, we didn't know he was running for president? Yeah, right. It's a trap. Well, I'm just saying that if the racial issues, I disagree with George Wallace on vehemently. But it depends outside of that. Take out the racial stuff. It depends on the circumstance. I'm just saying. That's the only way I would support him. Just take out the racial stuff. George Wallace versus Barry Goldwater. Would Goldwater won if Wallace won the prime? No. Goldwater, that would have been a blowout. Because Goldwater's main thing was he was getting a lot of the South support. And I don't think he would do that good in the North either. Now, this is Wallace, but he did have an appeal with blue-collar voters in, Wisconsin. So, yeah, I may stream the New Jersey stuff. But, yeah, again, with the Wallace stuff, just don't take it out of context. I don't support the racial stuff. That's the one part that I can never support him on. But, yeah. Remember when Al Gore was one senator from Tennessee? What exactly caused the DNC to shift so far to the left? Well, there's a lot. A lot of reasons why. I think the biggest one came down to nominating Obama. That was the one thing that really, I think, started to push the party to the left. Before then, they really weren't moving that far to the left. But it was one vote that got them the South support. I don't know. I gotta look more into it. Feinstein is staying for judges. I mean, she's not even showing up half the time, but Wallace only has the South outside of pockets of Heartline. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I don't know. Most people, he did have support in the Midwest, though. He did have some. I gotta look into it, though. And that would have been a low turnout election, though. To be fair, John Kerry was pretty liberal. Yeah, but not as... liberal back then was nothing like Obama was. I agree with North Carolina's characterization. One of the few toss-up races I feel confident about. Yeah. Feinstein's a dinosaur roar. Yeah. Kentucky gubernatorial race I also feel confident about. I'm iffy. Did you see, hold on. That Freedom Rich fan Richie apparently wished that Trump passed away instead of Tina Turner. Katie Britch tweeted a screenshot of it as he deleted. I'm not shocked by him. That guy he needs some serious help. That's what I will say about him. Anyways, folks, if you do not get any more super chats, I think I'm going to head off. Again, send your super chats now or forever go in peace. Random question. What in your opinion are the best 5 states to live in? Wisconsin's up there. Florida's up there. Texas. I would say North Carolina. North Carolina, I think, is up there. And here's an oddball one. Politically, get rid of the politics, I would live in Vermont. If politically it was as based as, North Carolina. It has a North Carolina GOP and it votes like Oklahoma. I would probably live in Vermont. Just look at the aesthetics of Vermont. Politically, it's garbage. But outside of that, it's a beautiful state. Beautiful. Let's see here. Kamala Harris, Tim Scott 2024, best ticket for change. Oh, gosh. No. Absolutely not. What about Oklahoma? That's up there. No love for South Carolina. No, I just think Vermont. I don't know. For everything I've heard, Vermont's a beautiful state. I may want to live up there. Politically, no, I won't live there. But take out the politics, I probably would. Same with Massachusetts. You got Boston. So, the Dems claim they signed the Civil Rights Bill. Meanwhile, the GOP had the most of the votes. Yeah, they just revert history. They don't care. There's that beauty in places like Pennsylvania. Yeah, but Vermont's like all of that. With Pennsylvania, you still got cities like Pennsylvania. Or not Pennsylvania, freaking Philadelphia. No love for Arkansas. I've been to Arkansas. It's a nice state. Tennessee's a very nice state. That's up there. I was there for Nashville. Great. It's surprisingly a good city, considering. Louisville, I'm never going to Louisville again. That's what I will say about that. But nothing against the state of Kentucky, just did not have a good experience there. Arkansas is a good state. Missouri I like, mostly. Illinois is fine except Chicago. Iowa's fine. I'm not bashing these states, just like comparatively, yeah. If I would live there. Kansas, I don't know. Oklahoma, yeah. Well, Montana. I went there, I think the issue with some of the Great Plains states is I think it's a bit too rural for my liking. Like, I know, I'm in Wisconsin, I'm saying that, but it just, I don't know. A bit too much for me, my liking. Have you ever been to a NASCAR race? If no, you should go to one. It's a great experience. I think it's a waste of money. Like, I mean, we're in Wisconsin. Where's the closest one? Kentucky's actually beautiful. Southeast is amazing. Well, I didn't go that way. I didn't go that way. I went through Louisville, and big mistake on my part, but Flint, Michigan. Duster Carter for 2. How do you think things look if Obama wasn't elected? Obama's second terms fundamentally changed American politics. Let's go look at the polling. It did. That's what I will say. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, not Gary, Indiana. No. 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 It's just, I'm sorry, but no. Gary, Indiana, is that like one of the most crime-ridden cities in America? Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. And, of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed.